We're here to preview the 2016 Smith County Owl football season with fourth-year head coach Mike Dickerson. Coach, very excited about the 2016 season, as I know you and your team are. I want to go back, though, to the 2015 season to kind of start things off. You guys coming down the stretch of the regular season, you win 3 of your last 4 regular season games. You take a very good East Ridge team into overtime. Talk about the momentum you were able to build up toward the end of the regular season, and does that carry over to this season?
Well, we had our starting running back get hurt in the DeKalb County game, and that really affected us in the middle part of the season. And when he returned, our running game got going, and it really made us a different ball club. We were able to throw the ball, run the ball. Defense played better. So when we got to East Ridge, we were probably playing as good a ball as we had all year. Had our opportunities to win that game, wasn't able to pull it out. But it helped these sophomores. We lost 14, 15 seniors last year, but these sophomores did get a lot of playing time. So while we do have a young ball club, we've got some experience coming back, and I'm excited to see what they can do this year.
I want to go back and mention that again. You were talking about Dustin Holder, your leading rusher, and you were coming off a great win at Livingston Academy. You go to Smithfield to play DeKalb County, got some momentum going. How do you think that affected kind of the ebb and flow of the season, and how might things have worked out differently had he stayed healthy?
Well, you can never say what if. I do know that we were going right down the field, moving the ball well, and he had a big run of about 30 yards when he got tackled out of bounds, got a concussion. Of course, he was the running back. He didn't have to play defense, so then we had to carry guys that were playing linebacker and then play both sides of the ball, and it affected our offense. And he had such great vision and very elusive, good speed, so it made us a totally different ball club while he was out. Now, on the plus side of that, some of those sophomore running backs, Bryant Gooseby was back there, so he got some valuable experience during that time coming into this season.
Coach, I believe you lose 5 all-region performers from a year ago, but you've got some good talent coming back. And we'll start at quarterback, where Carson Hackett is going into a junior year. Let's kind of compare where he is mentally, physically going into this season as opposed to last year.
Well, last year he was just learning everything. Now he's put in a little different role. He understands the football aspect of it, kind of understands where all the guys are supposed to be and how to run the offense, but now we're looking for him to be that leader. That guy that goes out there and takes charge in a huddle, demands excellence, and goes out there and gets us in the right place. So we're putting a lot more on his shoulders this year than we were last year. I'm thinking that he's going to step up and do a good job for us.
You've got a player that a lot of teams are going to be worried about when they start looking at Smith County game film and Shamar King. He's a guy that can do a lot of things for you. Talk about his development as well and things you're looking from him this season.
Shamar is one of those special athletes you only get every so often. You can put him in the backfield at quarterback, you can put him at running back, you can line him up at tight end, you can put him at receiver, and we're going to put him in all these different places to try to find all the mismatches we can. I guarantee you all the opposing coaches know who number 6 is, because last year he'll tell you he got double teamed quite a bit. The good thing about that is we got Jalen Shepperson, who's really stepped up this fall. He's a one-on-one guy now that we can use that's going to help Shamar. We got Campbell Gregory, who has stepped up, taller kid who's going to play tight end, who can catch the ball well. So we have Wesley Kemp, good little athlete. So we've got other guys now that if they're going to double Shamar, who, great athlete, we got other guys who can step up and make plays for us.
Coach, we always talk about the skill positions on offense, but it does start with the offensive line. You got some good kids there, Jackson Oldham, Jay Edward Trainum, some experience there. Talk about what you expect in the offensive trenches this year.
Well, I can tell you they've had a great off-season workout. They've worked hard. They've conditioned themselves mentally and physically. I look for this ball club to be able to run the ball better than we did last year. As far as our blocking assignments, we were kind of hit and miss last year on some of our assignments. A little more athletic, not hardly as big as we were last year, hoping that we can protect the quarterback well. There was times where we didn't do that well last year, but they've worked hard, and we've got about 7 guys now who can play. So we've got a good little rotation there, and they're a tight-knit group.
Let's go to the defensive side of the ball. One of your losses from last year, Bailey Kemp, a kid that had played since his freshman season, kind of one of your leaders on the defensive side of the ball. But you've got some guys coming back. You mentioned Wesley Kemp, and I remember he made some impact plays on defense last year. Bryant Goolsby, guys like that. Who's going to step up in that void, be that emotional, vocal, and the leader by example on the football field on that side of the ball?
Well, I don't have many vocal leaders. These guys don't mind talking to each other, but they're not really outspoken. But I've got a bunch of guys who they will challenge each other. Come on and you can do better than that. Jalen Shepperson played on the defensive line for us last year. going to be in the secondary for me this year. Phenomenal athlete, great footwork. We just didn't get him in time to really put him in the secondary last year. He came in late. We've got Tyler Harris, who's going to step in at a linebacking role for us this year. Look forward to seeing what he can do. We got Carson Hackett, who's going to be in the secondary full-time this year, so he's going to really be in the flow of the game. So we've got guys who played a little bit last year, who we're counting on stepping up and playing big roles this year.
Coach, as you kind of are in this process of the late summer, fall workouts, and you're still kind of getting a grasp of your team, one area of concern maybe that you're looking at that worries you right now, something that you really want to address during these workouts?
Well, there's two things that we have. One is inexperience across the board. Our offensive line is pretty much different than it was last year, minus one starter. Our backfield hasn't got a lot of experience. Tyler Harris, very little, and Bryant has about 5 games of running back experience. So, experience is one thing, and depth. Our guys have got to be in shape. We don't have the numbers to send in backup after backup. So we've got guys like Shamar and like Carson and like Wesley who won't come off the field the whole game. So got to be in great football shape, and so we can be there in the fourth quarter.
I know you're not necessarily looking long-term. Coaches like taking one game at a time, but let's kind of break down Region 4-3A a little bit. Last year, it was kind of a wild race. Upperman was your one team, but really DeKalb, Sequatchie, Smith County all kind of grouped there, and as you look this year, DeKalb County brings back a lot of skilled players. They should be very talented, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. Sequatchie, they may take a step back. Upperman could take a step back. It looks like it could be another year, kind of like last year, maybe one of those wild years where a lot of unexpected things could happen.
Well, and York returns pretty much their whole starting team from last year as well, so they're a team that I expect to be right in the mix. DeKalb, Coach Trapp's done a great job with that program. Pretty much all their kids back, and they're the preseason #1 as they should be. Upperman did lose some players, but they've been there year after year for the past 3 or 4 years, so I expect them to be there. Sequatchie, newcomer last year, I don't really believe he lost anybody that's going to hurt him. So you got 3 teams right there that's going to be tough for us to beat. But we're excited. We've got kids who believe they can, and if we can be there in the fourth quarter, then we'll have a chance.
Coach, we're going to see Smith County 3 times this year on football game night. First game that we'll have you, of course, the big rivalry, Smith County and Gordonsville. Like I said, I know you take them a game at a time, and your focus coming into the season is Macon County. But talk about that rivalry. You've been around this rivalry for years and years. You know what it's like, and it's a great game. I have talked a long time saying I think it's the best rivalry, one of the best, probably top 3 in Middle Tennessee. Just give me your thoughts on the rivalry in general.
I went to high school here from 85 to 88 and was in 4 of these games as a player. Been in several of them as a coach. It's for bragging rights. When it's all said and done, you want to be able to say, when you go out as a senior, we beat Gordonsville. And they want to say they beat Smith County. But it's a good rivalry. We work together. We have guys who have graduated from here whose families over there, and they have people who have graduated from there who have families over here now. So, we kind of get the, well, my dad went to Gordonsville, but I'm at Smith County now, but it's a good thing. It's good for the community, and it's a great atmosphere to be at that game on Friday night.
I want to wrap things up talking about the coaching staff a little bit. You've done a great job going into your 4th year now, been a long-time assistant prior to that at Smith County, but talk about some of the guys that help you. You've got a great staff here. I don't think you guys get enough credit, so I want to give you an opportunity just to talk about them a little bit.
I've got a great coaching staff that love Smith County football and love these players. A lot of the guys played here and are invested. I've got my offensive coordinator, Brett Hackett, who was a player here, does a tremendous job. John Foster is the wide receiver coach who played here, does a great job. Coach Harville, Jason Harville, is my defensive coordinator, played here. Stephen Clemens played here, defensive and offensive line coach. And then I have Dusty Whitaker, who didn't play here but has stepped in as an assistant. Tim Towns, who has stepped in as an assistant here. And then Randall Smith, who is our running back coach. So, I've got some great coaches who spend all kinds of time trying to get us ready, work with these kids, and just love Smith County High School football.
I said that was going to be the last thing. I told a little fib there because I want to talk about the fan support here at Smith County High School. The fans here are terrific. I mean, they come every Friday night. This place is always packed, and people in Smith County have always said that they absolutely love the game of football.
Well, the Hole on Friday night is a fun place to play. Smith County football has been well supported ever since that I've been here, even as a player. You know, you look over there on Friday night and those stands will be full, and they're cheering those boys on no matter what the score is. They support us not only on Friday nights, but financially. Great community. This is a football town, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Well, Coach Mike Dickerson, we wish you the best of luck throughout the 2016 season, and we're very excited to see Smith County be watching them this year and know you're going to have a great season.
Thank you very much.
Coach Mike Dickerson joining us to preview the 2016 Smith County Owl football season here on DTC Sports.